Hello and welcome everybody to the orientation for the Sectors Made Simple, or rather should I say Spreadsheets Made Simpler Advanced Series. My name is Jonathan Stav. I am one of the co-owners and the educator for Sectors Made Simple, and I'm here to bring you some incredible information that I want to share with you all. Now, it should come as no surprise that spreadsheets are a skill and a resource that can apply to investing, but to education and to personal finances as well. The uses for spreadsheets are endless, as is the amount of information that you can learn about them. But today, I want to take you all through my offering to give you the knowledge, confidence, and resources to get started with Google Sheets and other spreadsheets programs and do it in a meaningful way where you leave the class not just with some information, but with an amazing resource at your disposal as well. So, welcome everyone that we have with us, both watching the recording as well as live with us here on YouTube. I'm very excited to get to share with you all what I've got planned for you all, show you what the classes are going to cover, as well as give you a sneak peek at what you will walk away from these classes with. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the action. So, today I want to give you all an orientation. I want to show you first off, who I am, a little bit about me, a little bit about the class, and then a little bit about what the class will teach you. So, who are we? And by we, I mean Sectors Made Simple. Sectors Made Simple is a group of people that it's our goal to give you knowledge and resources to invest in multiple ways. Faster, more confidently, and true to our name, simpler. And we do this by creating material. Not just webinars like the one you're watching right now, but last July, we released our proprietary investment tool called the Relative Strength Matrix. It's a single website that you go to the website, and at your fingertips, you have all of the information you need to find where the bull market is and how to start getting involved in that sector. And since then, we have created many resources around the relative strength matrix, including ways of testing matrix strategies to see their returns, as well as over 100 hours of webinars, just like the one you're watching, where over 50 hours are available to you for free, and the other 50 plus hours are available as part of your Sectors Made Simple subscription. Now, that's who Sectors Made Simple is. But for Spreadsheets Made Simpler, you're going to be working alongside me. So, let me tell you a little bit more about me. My name is Jonathan Stav. I am 25, I live in California, and I have been a nerd my entire life, but spreadsheets and using computers to get information is something that is not just a career, but was a hobby originally. So I've been surrounded by investment knowledge since I was little, where my mom, Julie Stav, who is with us in chat right now, she has been in the financial investment space for over 20 years. She has created ways of finding key stocks, but her goal has been to bring knowledge from Wall Street to Main Street. Give people like me, like you, the resources and the confidence to get investing in a way that's not just the easy way of doing it. No, it's taking ownership of your personal finances and your personal investments to create meaningful results. And my goal is to continue that. I want to provide information, not just to tell you what you should know, but to help you build that knowledge. So after the webinar ends, you feel empowered to do it yourself and to make a difference yourself. So I went to college. I went to college on the East Coast at a school called Northeastern. And while I was in college, I held multiple jobs. I worked at a record label here in Santa Monica. I worked at a record label in New York, and my main job was I worked as a data analyst and a researcher at a search engine optimization company, or a digital marketing company. So after I graduated, I ended up going to that company, getting hired there full time, and leading a department that was our goal to use spreadsheets as a way of finding questions and using those spreadsheets to answer those questions. If we couldn't find the information that would give us the answer, well, it was my job to create that data and make it happen. And it was an incredible experience. I learned a lot, not just through getting the job, but learning the skills that helped me get that job, because it was not just like an interview that you walk in, answer a few questions, and then they tell you you got the job or not. Multiple times, I was given data, I was given a spreadsheet and told, we don't know what to do with it, you tell us what to do with it. That was it. I got no information other than the numbers that were given to me, and I had to create something meaningful out of it. And considering how I got the jobs, I think I did an okay job of it. So spreadsheets are something that, and the knowledge of spreadsheets that I have is a skill set that I've not only developed through my jobs, but the knowledge that I had going into the application process helped me get those jobs and was an incredible and empowering experience to show me what just a little bit of general knowledge about a topic can do in a very meaningful and impactful way. So that was up through 2018. After 2018, I moved back to California, and I started up Sectors Made Simple alongside my mom, Julie, as well as a friend from college, Nathan, who is our developer and the mastermind behind all of the software and resources that we can offer you. But again, my goal here is and has always been to bring Wall Street to Main Street. And by Main Street, I mean you. I want to give you the knowledge, the information, and the empowerment to take control of your investments, to find the answers yourself, and to make sure that you know how to ask the right questions to get there. So this advanced series is called that, Spreadsheets Made Simpler Advanced. But before there was advanced, there was just Spreadsheets Made Simpler. So as part of Sectors Made Simple, I host weekly webinars on a variety of different investment topics in and around the subject of investing. Some of these are going to be very targeted to investment. It's going to be discussing types of strategies. It's going to be discussing the Federal Reserve. But others are a little bit more on the side, where it's how do you use different investing tools, or how do you start with spreadsheets? Because spreadsheets are a very valuable but also free to access tool that gives users the power to import data, analyze that data, and pull out meaningful information that can be used to make investment decisions. And this orientation is not my first attempt at trying to create material for spreadsheets. If you look on our YouTube channel, which if you're watching this on YouTube, don't click it right now, but you can click on the Sectors Made Simple tag down at the bottom of the video, and you can see all of our free webinars, including our 5-part video series called Spreadsheets Made Simpler Beginner, which teaches you the basics of spreadsheets. To get started with these classes, you need zero knowledge and $0. The classes are completely free, available on YouTube, along with exercises and worksheets to help make sure that you don't just listen to the information, but you understand it and learn how to use it. Again, that 5-part series is completely for free on our YouTube channel and will give you a very strong foundation for what you will learn in this class series. So, with that said, that intro series requires no previous knowledge. The first episode is literally, what is a spreadsheet? What is a spreadsheet program? And it takes you from that up to being able to go to a website, grab some stock data, import that stock data into a spreadsheet, and create some meaningful graphs and other pieces of information out of it. Again, 5 hours of videos, 3 worksheets to help you practice what you learn, all available for free. Now, this brings us to the advanced class. This class series aims to build on the information that I provided in that 5-class intro series. In these classes, I'm going to teach you the skills that I use to get my jobs, but also skills that I've developed along the way, and put it all together in a nice package. And it's going to be a pretty long class series. You're going to be with me once a week for 12 weeks, starting on July 12th. So Monday, July 12th is going to be our first class. And each of these classes will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so 4 p.m. Los Angeles time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And most of these classes are going to include homework assignments, much like you can find in our Intro to Spreadsheets Made Simpler series. These homework assignments are going to take what you learn and make sure that you understand not just listening to me talk about it, but how you do it yourself and how you use that information beyond just the homework. Because all of this information is going to build on itself. And in addition to the homeworks, every single class, we are going to add another piece to a puzzle. That puzzle being our final project. Now, at the end of this presentation, I will show you what that final project looks like. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned, because I will show you what it is and then explain to you how creating something like that, it's not that complex. And at the end of the 12 weeks, you'll be able to create it as well. So, who should take this class? Who am I trying to speak to right now? Well, you. If you are able to watch this webinar and you can understand me, or if you have the desire to learn, this class is meant for you. This class, I want to be able to benefit students, because spreadsheets are a necessary skill all the way through middle school up to college and beyond. I've used spreadsheets personally in business classes, music classes, economics classes, investment classes. When I was in 8th grade, in middle school, I was part of a stock market competition where I used my knowledge of Excel, was the only program at the time, Google Sheets, not even thought of. So it was Excel. And I learned how to use Excel to improve my investing. And as part of a stock market competition for a bunch of different schools, over 500 different schools across California, my team ended up in first place, winning the entire competition. All because I knew how to use spreadsheets and used those spreadsheets to find meaningful and opportunistic investments. So, with that said, it benefits students because I used it in my classes and used it in school, but it also benefits investors. Spreadsheets allow you to create a wide variety of tools to help you invest. You can import stock prices and then look at those stock prices to find breakouts, or to even just follow the trend to see over the past month the stock's going to go up and down, but what if we just made it a straight line? What is the average returns? Things like that are incredibly easy to calculate, but the information it provides is extremely meaningful. So in addition to stock analysis, you will also learn how to create a custom watch list. So you give it a ticker and it helps you to find the information that you care about from MarketWatch, from Fidelity, from Finance Yahoo, from FinViz, wherever you find your stock information. I'll show you how you can bring it into Google Sheets and add it to whatever watch list you want to create. And then the last group is probably the most general group, adults. This class series is not just meant for those that want to get more involved in investing or students that want to learn a new skill. It's meant for every adult because spreadsheets are not just for investing. You can use spreadsheets to help budget your spending. You can use it to help track your expenses for your personal business. I use it to track Sectors Made Simple. Spreadsheets are not just something I use to follow my stocks. I use it to maintain our books for Sectors Made Simple. And if you're not a business owner or if you don't need to do personal accounting, something we all need to do is plan and save for the future. So understanding how to use a spreadsheet will help you to track what you need to save and when you need to start saving it to get to your end goal at retirement, at the age of 45, at any point in your life. Understanding how to use a spreadsheet is a valuable way to take any information and create something informative but also actionable out of it. So, that is who should take this class. To give you a simple answer, you should take this class. It benefits you if you're a student, an investor, or just an adult that wants to gain more knowledge and more control over the information in and around their lives. So, what am I going to teach you? What will you learn through taking these classes? So, again, there's going to be 12 classes in total. And each class is going to have a different topic. These topics are going to include, but are not limited to, pivot tables, order of operations, and a little bit of algebra, the Google Finance API, which will likely become 2 classes, not just 1, the ability to take multiple functions in Google Sheets and put them together, or what's called nesting functions, VLOOKUPs, and other ways of pointing somewhere else and saying, hey, I want that number over there. The ability to take data, information, and clean it so that we can use it. Just like before you want to go use your set of plates again, you need to put it through the dishwasher. So I'm going to teach you how to clean all of that data so we get nice, pretty, clean plates. I'm going to teach you about if statements so that we get to have a little bit more control over what information we're being given. And I'm also going to teach you conditional formatting, a way of taking a number and based on whatever that number is, coloring a cell or doing something based on what that number or what that value is giving us. Then we're going to talk about sparklines. This is an incredibly cool tool that allows us to create entire charts in a single cell. In a tiny little block, we can have an entire chart worth of information. And lastly, hyperlinks and the ability to say, I don't want all the information to be here, I just want a link. So for example, if I wanted to, I could put a link to the FinViz for Apple. And by clicking on that link, it brings me straight to that website. And we can do that automatically and dynamically, where if you change the ticker, boom, it changes the hyperlink. You don't need to do anything, you just give it a new ticker, and the rest is done like magic. Now, let's talk about the structure of the class a little bit. The class is going to begin on Monday, July 12th at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And as I mentioned before, there will be a total of 12 classes, with one class every single Monday afternoon. And all of these classes will cover a different topic, as well as show you how to use that topic in the context of investing. Over the entire course, what we will do is we will work on adding little pieces to this stock watch list that takes all of the knowledge we learn and puts it into one single document that you can follow and show as your "I made this" at the end of the presentation or at the end of the class series. And every class is going to end with us adding that piece of the puzzle together. We're going to talk about what the topic is, and then we're going to add it to our puzzle. And in addition to that, most of these lessons will have a homework assignment. It's going to be another Google Sheet that will ask you questions. And as you answer those questions, we'll grade you in real time. So you don't need to ask me, did I get them all right? The Google Sheet will tell you if you got it right or wrong. And if you get it wrong, it will help give you some direction so that even when the recording ends, the webinar is done, and you're at home practicing all of this, you still have a little bit of me in that spreadsheet to help you and to guide you if you need more information. Now, many of us are busy. Many of you are busy, and I want to be very respectful of your time. I always do my best to make sure that the webinars start on time and end on time, but in addition, there's no grades. This is not a graded course. And because of that, these homeworks are not required. I recommend that you participate in the homeworks and that you complete them because it's a great way to make sure you understand the information. But life happens, and I understand that. The homework will never be required. I'm not going to grade your homework, but if you complete the homeworks and you want to show, hey, I did it, I got it all right, I'm more than happy to go over it with you, as well as if you have any questions about the homework, you can send me an email. We will be setting up an email for this class. And when you email it, you don't get some automated response. You don't get some person that's responsible for responding to the emails. No, you get me. I will read the emails, I will respond to the emails, and I will help to answer your questions personally. So that is what these classes are. These classes are a master class into everything that is valuable to know about Google Sheets, all in the frame of investing. It's not only about investing. The information and the knowledge you learn can be applied to anything. But we are Sectors Made Simple. We work in the financial world, so I want to give you the knowledge in the form of investing, as well as the final project will be a resource meant for investors. So that is the general idea of what the Spreadsheets Made Simpler Advanced series will be. Now, let's talk a little bit about the cost. These classes do come at a cost, and registration for the classes will be required. So, registration is open right now. If you look in the description of this video, you will find the link to register for these webinars. What the cost is this. We are Sectors Made Simple. So there are different prices for if you are a Sectors Made Simple subscriber or not. Or rather, Sectors Made Simple subscribers get a discount for the attendance. The classes are for the 12 hours worth of webinars. It's $400. Then for Sectors Made Simple subscribers, you have a discounted price of $200. Now, this price includes the following. It includes access to all 12 live classes, which will be on Zoom. In those classes, you will get to ask me questions directly, engage with me and the other people in the class, and make your voice known. If there's something that you want to learn, I will do my best to include it in what we talk about. Then, like I mentioned, you'll get access to an email. That email is a direct line of communication to me to get your questions or feelings heard. Then, this class will also include access to all of the homework assignments, as well as what I call checkpoints for the final project. Building the final project is not going to be just the last day. It's not the last week is this final project. No. Starting with the third lesson, we will build this together. So, between lesson 3 and 4, you will learn a little bit, and we will add. We're going to add one piece at a time, and like I said, I want to be respectful of your time. If you're busy last week and you don't have the time to participate in the webinar, it shouldn't mean that you can't participate in this week's webinar. So, before every webinar, I will send out the link to the current final project piece, so that just because you weren't here last week doesn't mean you can't join us. You will have the checkpoint, or you will be all caught up as far as the final project is, so that you can continue alongside us. You can go back and cover the old information if you'd like, but I will never penalize you because something else came up, and I want to make sure that you get to participate and carry along with us every step of the way. Lastly, these classes will be recorded. The recordings of these classes will be made available to you. So, you get permanent access. If you sign up for the classes and you join them live, after the classes end, you'll be given a playlist of all of those videos so that you can watch them again. You can go back and review any videos that you may want to watch for a second time, as well as you always have a way of remembering and documenting what you learned in a very organized and easy to access way. Now, if you have any questions or you would like any more information about this class series, please shoot us an email at support@sectorsmadesimple.com. This is an email that, again, is checked by myself as well as my fiance, Kira, who helps with everything we do here for Sectors Made Simple as well as Spreadsheets Made Simple. So reach out to us if you have questions. If there's any topics that I didn't list but you want to learn about, I'm here to listen, and I'm here to make sure that you get the most out of these classes. So, if you feel that there's something that I didn't mention that you want to see covered, email me and I'll do my best to include it. With all of this said so far, let's go and let's take a look at what we will be working to create for our final project. This is the result. This is what you will be working towards, and all of the pieces of your puzzle will add up to this beautiful picture. Let's go and take a look at that together. This is it. I'm totally kidding. This is what you're going to start with. We're all going to start with what's called Untitled Spreadsheet and a blank workbook. And from this, we will build something powerful. This is what we will work to create. It is a watch list that you give it a ticker, and it populates what is called be a profit. It is what is called a fundamental analysis filter. So it takes a lot of information and gives you a way of seeing that information in a very easy to understand way. Be a Profit was created by Julie Stav, has worked for over 20 years, and for those 20 years has outperformed the market consistently. Let's take what works and let's build on it. So what this is this is our development of what she created. You give it a ticker and it gives you the basic stuff. It gives you the name of the company, it gives you the sector and the price, but it also goes in and calculates Be a Profit. It looks at all of the different parts of Be a Profit, except for Outstanding Performer. And instead of just telling you what the number is and saying, figure it out, it color codes it. Where green is numbers that we want, red, numbers that we don't want. And it adds them all up. So you can sort based on which of your stocks that you put into this sheet have the highest amount of green boxes. Here we can see that Microsoft and Target both have 8 positives. But that means they don't have any negatives. So as far as this sheet is concerned, as far as fundamental analysis is concerned, Microsoft and Target, at least on this list, are our best options. But don't take my word for it. So, someone in the chat, give me a ticker symbol that you want to see put into this sheet, and we'll all get to watch as we put in the new ticker and all of the information appears magically. In the meantime, Lucia is asking, I have Excel, will that work too? Most of what we'll talk about will not sadly work in Excel because Excel can't connect to the internet without a little bit of help. I want to focus on Google Sheets because 1, it's free. Everyone can access it. 2, it allows us to do things like the Google Finance calls. We can ask Google Finance for information and they give it to us. If Google Finance doesn't offer the information that we want, FinViz might, and other sites might as well. So Google Sheets lets us ask other websites for information that we can't do in Excel without paying for additional stuff. All right, the first ticker symbol I see here is WKHS. So let's put that in instead of the Tesla. So WKHS. And watch now, as when we put this in, everything goes loading, and ta-da. We end up with all of that information put in, and we get the total count for how many of these boxes are green. Let's try another one. Two people mentioned NIO. So let's put in NIO. There's that one. Let's put in NVIDIA. Let's put in Zebra. And let's put in Salesforce. And Triple M. We've already got Target. Let's put in HRL. You get the idea. This spreadsheet updates in real time. It uses real time, well, delayed by 20 minutes, which for us is real time. It gives you everything that you could want. And if there's something here that it cannot do, with the skills that you'll learn in these classes, if there's something that you want that this sheet doesn't offer, I promise you, through following these classes, you'll have the knowledge needed to add it. The beauty of Google Sheets is not in what you can create, is not in being able to create a spreadsheet like this that you can sort to say which ones have the highest total count, which ones have the lowest total count, which ones have the highest beta. It's in the fact that you built this. You know how it works, but you know how to add things to it. You could add a price chart if you wanted. This is the spark line that I was talking about for trend. It shows us the trend of the market over time. So we can see not just the market is ascending, we can see how quickly, what has it done historically. All of this is done automatically. Updates for any ticker symbol that you put into it. And again, if there's something that the sheet can't do right now, you will have the knowledge of how to do it. If you can't find out how to do it, that's where the email comes in handy. Shoot me an email. Say, hey, I'm trying to look for this. And we'll work on it together. I don't just do Excel and I don't just do Google Sheets because I can. I do it because it's incredibly informative. It is a skill that can be applied to stocks. It's a skill that can be applied to any form of data. So this is what I want to offer you all. A 12-hour series in which every hour you will learn a different skill. That skill will then be put into what you see right here, where we'll start off with this and we'll end with this. It is an incredible opportunity to not just learn a new skill, but learn why the skill is important, learn not just the single way to do things, but to learn how when you can't find a way to do something, darn it, you can build it yourself. And to give you the power to invest, to save, to keep books smarter, faster, with more control, and simpler. Again, these classes, registration is available right now. If you are a Sectors Made Simple subscriber, we will be sending out an email on Monday with a sign-up link for all of you that will include that discounted price. If you are not a Sectors Made Simple subscriber, but you are interested in it, the Sectors Made Simple subscription is available for $600 a year, and it includes access to over 50 plus hours of members-only webinars, access to our tool, which if I pull it up right now, this is the relative strength matrix, and this is what we create. This is our way of seeing where the bull market is in the stock market. It updates every single day, and you can build trading strategies with it. Once you find a strategy you like, you can go to the backtesting engine and you can see how well that strategy does over time. Let's just throw in a simple strategy. And what we get to see is if we had used that strategy in real time, had we traded with this strategy as our way of investing, we would have outperformed the market and made about 25% return in the past 7 months, my apologies. But this is my strategy. The strategy that works best for you, well, that's the fun part, is getting to take what works for someone else, getting to share ideas, talk with each other, and find the strategy that helps everyone to invest simpler. Again, if you are interested in purchasing a subscription for Sectors Made Simple, you can head over to our website, sectorsmadesimple.com, make a free account, and purchase your subscription. With that subscription, you will get the $200 discount for these classes. If you are already a subscriber, first of all, thank you for being a subscriber for Sectors Made Simple. Second of all, you will get that discounted price, and the link for that registration will be sent out to you all on Monday, as well as I'll talk about it a little bit more in our webinar on Tuesday. But that is what I have to show you all. This is the classes, this is what you will learn, and this is what you will build. I won't build it for you. This class will require time, effort, and being okay with being a little uncomfortable, because I don't expect all of this information to be easy. But I know all of this information is beneficial. Whether you want to learn to invest with a little bit more control, whether you want to get a job and you know, or if you read on the job application, spreadsheet programs, understanding or literacy in spreadsheet programs. This class will not only build literacy, but will build competency and confidence. These are not easy, and I don't expect them to be. I don't pretend that they are. The intro to Spreadsheets Made Simple is easy. That class series is meant to teach you the basics. This class series wants to build on the basics and teach you something much more complex. Sorry, not complex, much more detailed, but much more powerful. So, I hope you all have enjoyed the presentation. I hope you all have enjoyed the sneak peek at what we will work together to create, so that all of us can invest or seek jobs or work on class projects for school smarter, faster, with more confidence, and simpler. If there's anyone that has any questions, please let me know. I have the chat right over here, and I'm here to answer any of your questions. Is there anything that anyone wants to know more about? Any questions about this spreadsheet? Anything? Sí, Verónica. Este precio es para solamente registros de Sectors Made Simple. Si no tienes una suscripción por Sectors Made Simple, el costo es $400 por las clases. Julia says, I'm a member of Sectors Made Simple. Do I have to wait for the email? That email is going to be a special registration for members, which will have the discounted price for you. So to pay the $200, yes, you need to wait for that email. But again, the classes start on the 12th. So you have 12th of July. So you have 1 month before the classes begin. So plenty of time to register. Jonathan Chella paid $400. How do you fix that? If you can send me an email at support@sectorsmadesimple.com, I will help you out and make sure that you can get that $200 refunded. Cesar, the video will be available. Yes. Sí, vamos a tener subtítulos en español para cada video. Hermila, my son is 12 years. Is that okay? Yes, definitely. When I did my first exploration into stocks and Google Sheets, well, again, Excel at the time, I was 12. I was 12 years old when I got started with using spreadsheets, and I attribute that class, that intro to investing class at my school, with why I'm doing what I am doing today. It gave me a love of data. It gave me a love of looking for order in the chaos of information. There's no better time than when you are a student, because this is something that you will use through all of high school and college. Angelica, how many days are going to be the classes? How often are the classes, and what day of the week? These classes are every Monday, starting on July 12th for 12 weeks. So every Monday from July 12th on for 12 weeks, 4 p.m. Los Angeles time, 7 p.m. East Coast, so New York or Florida time. And if you're not able to make them live, the videos will be recorded and made available to you the following day. So by Tuesday, you will be able to watch those videos live. Kike says, for members, you said the classes are included, right? Unfortunately, these classes are not included as part of the Sectors Made Simple membership. You do get a discount for the classes, though. So instead of the $400 price, you get the classes for $200. How long is the class? The classes are going to be 1 hour per lesson, just like our members' webinars are. And the free webinars are as well. Sunshine, thank you for the effort you are making to empower the community. It is a pleasure. This kind of information is super fun to create because I get to build cool stuff like this too. I want to use the spreadsheet. I will use the spreadsheet. I do use the spreadsheet. Be a Prophet is something that is proven to work, and books have been written about it. All I've done is I took Be a Prophet and put it in a spreadsheet so that you give it a new ticker symbol and it does all of the hard work for you. Let's do good old GameStop, GME. There's all GameStop's information. It's really that simple. Are there any other questions? Anything that I can clear up? Anything that you all want to know more about me, about the classes, about the cat? Another question, I haven't watched the 5 classes that ended last week. Do I need to watch them all? You do not need to watch them all. They will cover different topics that are what I consider the basics of spreadsheets. If you feel like you already understand spreadsheets pretty well, then yes, you do not need to watch those classes. You're free to get going with these. Or you can go into class 1 and say, whoa, I don't know how to do that. I promise you, if you ask me, hey, I don't know about this, can you explain it? That might be covered in the introduction classes, or I will cover it for you. When is the wedding? Next year. Classes will be recorded, and how many times can we watch later until when we've got access? The classes will be made available the day after, so they'll be live on Monday, and they'll be available Tuesday night. So about 24 hours after the webinar finishes, we will make the videos available. Another question. Oh no, I read that one. How is Cleo? Where is Cleo? Oh, how is Cleo? She's good. That is the Sectors Made Simple mascot. Kike is saying this is like coding. It is a little bit. There is going to be some elements that require you to do, basic stuff. Just asking Google Finance, what do you want and how do you want it? Then there's going to be other parts, such as we're going to create a custom script because there was no way to get this total count. There was no way to find out how many green cells we had. So I wrote one. If I can't find a way for us to be able to do it, I'm going to write it for myself and share it with all of you. Javier, do you think it will be easy to learn for someone that knows only basic computer skills? If you watch through the intro 5 classes, you can start off knowing absolutely nothing. And those 5 classes will teach you everything you need to know before getting started here. My goal is to pick up as if this was part 6 of the Spreadsheets Made Simpler. Angelica, so if I subscribe for Sectors Made Simple, how much is it? Plus the 12 classes. The subscription is $600 a year, and then it would be $200 for the class series. So the class series is $200 for Sectors Made Simple subscribers, $400 with no subscription, and you are more than welcome to subscribe to Sectors Made Simple and then get the $200 price. So you don't need to be a subscriber from before. You can subscribe right now. You can subscribe the Friday before the classes start and then purchase the $200 price. The basic knowledge of spreadsheets for me is going to be amazing with the choice to learn something more. That's the goal, is just to add more tools to your tool belt. I don't expect that all of us are going to use writing custom formulas, but knowing it's there is nice. Knowing how to ask any website for information is really nice, because that doesn't apply to just stocks. It applies to anything. I can go online and I can find the federal interest rate, and I can have that in a Google Sheet so that I know if I'm going to go buy a house, it takes the federal interest rate and says, okay, how much will I have to pay every month? You can build a sheet that will tell you what your mortgage payments would be, how you can pay off your mortgage, what happens if you overpay for your mortgage, how does that affect everything? The options and possibilities for spreadsheets are endless. Erica's asking which day is the class. The classes are going to be on Mondays at 4 p.m. Los Angeles time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, or New York time. Edis, I agree. My 11-year-old daughter was watching the Google Sheet class number 2, and she was so excited. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, we'll have that link out to you guys Monday morning to try and make sure that all of you can register. Again, these classes begin in 1 month, so there's plenty of time to register, plenty of time to think about it if you want to think about it. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, the email support@sectorsmadesimple.com is always open, so you can reach out to us with any questions. Can I do the classes on Wednesday or Thursday? Unfortunately, we've chosen to stick with Mondays, but the videos will be recorded and be available by Wednesday. And if you have any questions while you're watching the video, send me an email. I promise I will respond to the email, and it will be just like you were in the classes live with us. I promise you will not miss out on anything because you couldn't be there live. Are we invited to the wedding? We will be having a celebration, but not for the wedding. We'll have a celebration for Sectors Made Simple subscribers because having a party is fun. Thank you so much and have a wonderful weekend. Oh, the same to you, Consuelo. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really hope to see you all in the class. So that is what I had to share with. Sorry, lost the mic. That is what I had to share with you all today. This is the end of the intro class, but the beginning of the next chapter. It is my goal that these classes pick up where the previous classes ended, so that you can start off by knowing nothing, and by the end of these classes be an expert in Excel and Google Sheets, because most of the knowledge will apply to both. You will use these skills in jobs, you will use these skills to get jobs, but most importantly, you will use these skills in everyday life to make everything from saving for the future to investing today to tracking spending in the past simpler. So, thank you all so much for joining us here at Sectors Made Simple for the introduction and the orientation for Spreadsheets Made Simpler Advanced. Again, if you're interested in joining the registration, it is open and available, and you can find the link in the description below. If you have any questions, please send us an email at support@sectorsmadesimple.com. And from me, Kira, Nate, and Cleo, thank you all so much for joining us here today. I really look forward to seeing you all in these classes in the future, and I hope to see you all in the webinars in the coming weeks, where we will continue our mission to make investing knowledge easier, to bring Wall Street to Main Street, and continue making sectors and investing in general simpler. Thank you all so much for joining today. I hope to see you all in the classes, and if we don't see you there, we'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend.